I had a plan for my life, a clear, straight road, safe, predictable, certain. I believed in hard work, in keeping my head down, in following the rules. I told myself that if I stayed focused, if I did not let anything distract me, I would build the future I wanted. I thought that was the right way to live. No detours, no sudden turns, no what ifs. And then she happened. She was not in the plan. I was not looking for her. I did not think I needed her. But from the moment she walked into my life, everything began to shift. The road I had drawn so carefully no longer felt so certain, because now there was her. At first, I resisted. I told myself it was just a passing moment, a small distraction I would outgrow. But she was not a moment, she was not a distraction, she was something else entirely. She made me feel something I had never felt before, the desire to truly live, not just exist. It was as if she had taken my world, turned it gently in her hands, and shown me a different angle, one I had never thought to look at. Because of her, I began to question everything, the choice I had made, the dreams I thought I wanted, the man I believed I was. For years, I had been certain about my future. I thought certainty was strength. I thought structure was safety. But with her, certainty felt like a cage. Structure felt too small. She did not push me to change. She did not demand it. She did not ask for anything at all. She simply was, and somehow that was enough. One night, we sat together beneath the stars. You don't have to walk the same path just because it's where you started, she said. Her voice was quiet, but the words echoed in my chest. I looked at her, confused, but what else is there? She smiled, as if the answer was the simplest thing in the world. Everything. That single word shook something loose inside me. Everything. Everything I had been afraid to imagine. Everything I had convinced myself I did not need. She was not closing my world, she was expanding it, making me see that love, patience, and risk were not obstacles to avoid, they were the very things that made life worth living. Because of her, I stopped walking the road I thought I was meant to take. I began running toward the one I truly wanted. Where does it lead? I don't know yet. And for the first time in my life, I'm okay with that. Because if she is beside me, then wherever we go is exactly where I'm meant to be. Change is a strange thing. It doesn't always arrive like a storm. Sometimes it's quite a slow shift, piece by piece, until one day you realize you are no longer the same person you used to be. For me, that change had a name, her name. Because of her, I learned to look beyond the life I had built, to question the rules I had followed without thought, to accept that certainty is not the only way to live. I used to fear the unknown, now I crave it. Every day with her is unpredictable, yet somehow it feels more certain than the safe life I once had. She challenged me, pushes me, shows me that life is not about staying on the straight road. It's about making your own. I never thought I'd walk away from the life I spent years building, but because of her, I did. Not recklessly, not because she asked me to, but because she made me see there was more waiting for me than I had ever dared to dream. Now, as I stand at the edge of something new, something I never saw coming, I don't hesitate. I don't look back. I take her hand and together we step forward because this is no longer just my journey, it's ours. I used to believe my life had already been decided, that the choices I made long ago had locked me into a future I could not change. But then she came along, and suddenly the life I had been so certain about no longer felt like the one I wanted. Because of her, I began to ask questions I had never dared to before. What if I want something different? What if the life I built is not the one meant for me? What if I have been afraid of risk only because I never had a reason to take one? And now I do. She never told me to change. She never told me to let go of the thing I once clung to. All she did was show me another way to live, a way where passion mattered more than routine, where happiness was not scheduled but felt every single day. I look at her now and I know this unexpected turn is not a mistake. It's the best thing that has ever happened to me. No matter where it leads, I will never go back to the life I had before her. This, this love, this freedom, this fire is where I was always meant to be. The life I once knew feels like a distant memory, not because it was not real, but because it no longer fits the person I have become. Every shift, Every change, every choice I never thought I would make, all of it happened because of her. She did not demand I abandon my life. She did not tear it apart. She simply existed. And in doing so, she showed me what I had been missing. I used to think stability was the only thing that mattered, that life was about sticking to the plan, avoiding risk, staying on course. But she made me see that sometimes the greatest things happen when you take a leap into the unknown. That happiness is not found in certainty, it's found in the moments where you dare to follow your heart. Because of her, I let go of the fear of failure. I stopped holding on to the things that no longer served me. I learned that change is not the enemy, it is the doorway. Looking back, I barely recognize the man I used to be, so rigid, so certain, so unwilling to stray from the plan. Now I see that certainty was just a cage, and she was the key that set me free. Because of her, I learned that life is not just about structure and rules. It's about feeling, it's about risk, it's about stepping into the unknown and letting it transform you. She did not just change my life, she awakened something inside me, a part of me I never knew existed. I used to think I had everything figured out, but she taught me that real happiness is not found in control. It's found in surrender, in embracing the unpredictable, in loving without hesitation, in waking up each morning excited for the day ahead. Because of her, my life took a turn I never expected. Now I know the truth. This was not just a change, it was fate. And I would not go back for anything because this life, this love was always meant to be mine. I was not looking for her, I was not searching for something to shake the foundation of what I had built. But she did not just shake it, she shattered it, not to leave me lost, but to make me see that I had been living half a life. Because of her, I stopped chasing a future that was not meant for me. I stopped living by expectations and started following what felt real. She did not just change my path, she became the reason I wanted a new one. Now, as I stand in this life I never planned, as this new version of myself, I realize I was never meant to stay where I was. I was meant to find her. And because I did, I am exactly where I am supposed to be. Because of her, my life took an unexpected turn, and now I cannot imagine it any other way.